members of the state. My name is Wambui, Shadrack Wambui. I'm one of the council representing the family of the late Kemunto that was involved in a very brutal murder while she was in school at the Multimedia University by one Eric Mutinda. Now, as you might be well aware, the last time we came here before this honorable court in Kibera, we were directed that today we will be having the fresh hearing of this matter so that the court can get fresh evidence of the details that led to the murder of the late Kemunto. In addition to that, the court had also equally directed that one Eric Mutinda be subjected to a medical examination so that we can establish whether he is fit to stand trial or whether he is mentally sound to understand the proceedings in court. Now, today, while we were all ready and prepared to proceed with the hearing, with the prosecution lining 3 witnesses who are meant to testify regarding the murder of the late Kemunto, we have been served, or we received a report from the doctor. This is a doctor from the Mathari Mental Hospital. This report has indicated that one Eric Mutinda was subjected for some medical test. And the doctor's view is that Eric Mutinda is not fit to stand trial. And for that reason, owing to Section 162 of the Criminal Procedure Code, the court has had to terminate or to call to a stop the further proceedings of this murder trial. This is to mean that what we had anticipated today to be the fresh hearing or the taking off of this hearing of this murder trial, it has had to be stopped. It has had to be stopped because the court has been furnished with evidence showing that the doctor has recommended that Mr. Eric Mutinda is not fit to stand trial, is not fit to plead, as it were, and for that reason, the court has been tied. The hands of the court has been tied by the law. We cannot proceed with the hearing. Secondly, it was also hoped by the counsels representing Eric Mutinda that they will be urging the court to grant favorable bail or bond terms to the accused, Eric Mutinda. But now, because of that finding, that recommendation from the doctor, and because of Section 162(2) of the Criminal Procedure Code, which recommends a stop to the proceedings, the court has equally declined, politely so, to entertain the application for grant of bail or the consideration of bail to the accused person in this matter. So this is to mean that these proceedings cannot continue until we have had a further recommendation from the doctor to tell us whether Eric Mutinda will be fit to stand trial. We do not want a case where we might win or secure a conviction at this juncture and give the family of the late Kemunto justice, only for this finding to be overturned by the Superior Court on the finding that the proceedings the proceedings continued without the the finding that the accused person is fit to stand trial. So for that reason, the court has given us the 27th day of June this month a virtual mention to confirm whether Mutinda, Eric, will have been accompanied by a relative to Mathari Hospital for a further medical examination so that the court can be informed as to whether he is now properly fit to stand trial after a second medical examination. So there are 2 things that were likely to happen on Friday. Number 1 is a repetition of the recommendation that has been made by the doctor that Mr. Eric Mutinda is not fit to stand trial. If that becomes the case, then we will have to have a lull in these proceedings. We'll have to have, these proceedings will not continue for a given period of time so that we can allow him as a patient to recover from his medical illness, and then these proceedings will now take off after he's gotten well. So that is one of the likely outcomes that is going to happen on Friday. Second outcome is this. If the doctor establishes that now in the company of the relative, that the pressures have gone down, he is now proper and fit to stand trial, his mental situation has stabilized, then under those circumstances, it means that on Friday, after the virtual mention, with a recommendation that is now fit to stand trial, the court will be pleased to give us another alternative hearing date, nearer one for that matter, so that we can be heard in the substantive matter on the question whether he is culpable and he is guilty of the death of Kemunto, and secondly, whether his application for the release on bail or bond terms, pending the hearing and determination of the case, will be entertained by the court.